Someone asked me this today that they've sent a bunch of emails and they've done a campaign before and they've had no luck and no response. So I asked them to share with me the email that they were sending to the. Okay, it first off starts with no personalization. It just says hello without the first name. Would be a lot better if it had hello first name. My name is Sarah Jones and I've been working closely with several schools to create EduFlow, a management platform designed for independent schools. Now here, when you actually send an email, you usually start off by addressing the person to saying, okay, I'm reaching out because of this, as opposed to explaining what you do straight away. It feels straight away quite spammy. The next section actually is not too bad. It talks about what the platform does and how it can help. It can reduce paperwork and admin. I like this part. But then it goes on to say every free account comes with customizable web pages so parents can find you easily. Like here, what would have been better was to explain, okay, why we're contacting you and talk about pain as opposed to what the solution is. What do I mean by pain? When you reach out and talk about your product and service, you really want to be addressing how your solution can help address their pain. So what is it in their day-to-day that's causing them pain? And you mention this and you say, okay, using our software or our product or service, we can help you address that and we will fix that for you, as opposed to talking about the solution straight away. Then we've got a nice list of things that you can do with the platform. This is nice, although I don't really like bullet points. I think already this feels quite spammy. Part is not too bad. It's social proof, so we're already saying that we're working with how many companies and we help with them with certain things and would they like a quick chat. This I think works quite well, although instead of saying see how it works, people don't really care how things work, they just want to know how it can solve their pain. It would probably be better to say something like show how we can provide value or things like this. I redrafted the email and tweaked a few bits and he already got 2 responses. It clearly worked. And this one is the redrafted version that he got 2 responses with, and see if you can spot the difference. It says hi first name, so already you know the person who you're emailing. This feels a lot more natural, and I hope you're well is a good introduction. And I saw you're the title at school name, so this shows that you've already researched who they are and where they work, so it shows that you're as a relevant contact. Then you can explain and kind of introduce why you're reaching out to them based upon who they are. I thought you'd be the right person to talk with about streamlining school admin. So this campaign is all about contacting people of headmasters to have a platform that can help manage their communication with parents. So by addressing who they are, then you can introduce, okay, that is the reason why I'm contacting you, because I think this would be relevant for you. The next is where we can introduce pain. So what I mentioned in my last point is, do you find managing admissions, payments, parent communication challenging, especially with increasing admin pressure and resource constraints? So here you're explaining, I understand who you are, I understand the current pains you currently have in your role, and therefore the next part of my introduction is going to be how we can help you. This is also really great, especially if you're a startup, you don't really know why people are going to be paying or buying your product or service. This is where you can test different pains. You could say, do you find managing something a problem? Or in your next campaigns, you could test out another pain as, do you find managing communication with parents a problem? You can split out those different pains and then you can test to see which one you're getting better responses and actually where you're adding most value. What do people really care about? Who are the ones that are booking meetings with you? Next, you then go on and talk about what you do. But if you notice, we've not spoken about what we do until the 3rd paragraph down. So this makes sure that if the person has got to this stage, then you've got all of those top 3 things right. Yes, you understand who they are, they have that pain, and therefore they're likely to then engage with you. And next is a testimonial, so you can include these. Sometimes you can include them as a quote, or this is also really great to include as social. And then the last bit is about, it's just going over what your product does. So essentially you can do this. It just reconfirms exactly what you do. More social proof. We're already supporting over 30 independent schools. This tells them, you're already established, you're already in the market. And then a very clear call to action. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, it sounds quite personal, quite chatty. You don't want it to sound too formal. You have time this week for a quick call. Very clear call to action. The whole point of the emails is to book a call. These things can make such a huge difference on whether someone books a call with you or not. When you first start sending emails, you naturally just want to promote what you're doing. So it just takes a little bit of time to just get used to how to write emails in this way. Save this for later when you're doing your emails.